Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my stylish unicorns. This is your Unicorn Stylist here to give you a continuation of my series on identifying your soulmate. So, right now we are on part 3. So, during part 1 and part 2, we have already identified basically the head portion of your soulmate. So, right now, for part 3, we'll identify your soulmate's body. So, basically, how your soulmate is built. Yeah, starting from the arms and then the torso and then the legs. Okay, so just a reminder before we continue, I only do readings here in YouTube through the Unicorn Stylist Tarot channel. So if you like to view and see more content like this, please do hit the like button and also join the growing Stylish Unicorns community by subscribing to this channel. Okay, so for today, I'll be using the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine and also the Archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. So these two cards are amazing because it will help us identify your soulmate, step by step identification, and then it's wrapped up in a positive message. Yeah, okay. And also, I'll be using for the pile number identifier, I'll be using the Keep Fresh Stay Rad 100 postcards by Friends of Type. So these are a nice set of postcards with, motivational mottos. Yeah. So, okay, so let's begin. So I have in here for pile number 1 postcard, Waiting for That Feeling. Okay, so that's for pile number 1. And then for pile number 2, I have here Be My Valentine. Okay, group number 2, that's for you. And then lastly, I have in here group number 3, To a Million More Years with You. So that's the postcard for pile number 3. Okay. Okay, so now I'll give you a few moments to reflect on your pile number. So we have here group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Okay, I think that's sufficient time already for you to choose your pile. So let's head on now to group number 1. Hello there, group number 1. So welcome to your reading. So we're now in part 3 of the Identifying Your Soulmate series. So right now, we are identifying the body of your soulmate. Okay, so I have in here on the left the arms or the upper limbs of your soulmate, and then on the middle I have in here the torso of your soulmate, and on the rightmost cards I have in here the lower limbs or the legs of your soulmate. Okay, so we will be identifying the body, the structure of the body of your soulmate. Okay, I forgot to mention during the introduction that this is a timeless reading. So if you feel drawn to take a look at this, to click on this video in the future, you may do so because I intend for this to be timeless. And also, the entire series is also timeless because all of us have, I believe that we all have soulmates during different seasons in our life. Okay, so let's move on to your reading. Okay, so for the upper limbs of your soulmate, I have in here Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment of boredom or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Okay, and then we have here Dawn 1, light attribute, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda. So I think in here that the upper limbs or the arms of your soulmate is rather, it's nicely shaped, like if your soulmate is a masculine, um he, she, or they has well built arms. Yeah. Enough to support like a dance partner. Yeah. So they have nicely shaped arms. But but I think that still from up the personal viewpoint of your soulmate, he, she, or they would still want to work on their arms. They would, they still feel that there's still room for improvement because they're not happy with how their arms look, but nevertheless, they have a really nice pair of limbs. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it's more of like a, light to medium built arms. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the torso of your soulmate. Okay, so I have in here the Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. Yeah. Lover, light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow attributes, obsessive passion that harms others, self destructive devotion. Yeah, I think that your soulmate has, if your soulmate if your soulmate is a feminine, he, she, or they is rather wave like, like, yeah, they have like a like an hourglass type of shape, but um yeah, it's an hourglass type of shape onto the thinner side. Yeah. And they have like a nice contour of their abs, but not necessarily like like visible. They just have a nice contour when it comes to their abdominal area. because of their, rather tiny waist. Yeah. If your soulmate is a masculine, he, she, or they have a penchant for crunches, for doing abdominal exercises, and you know, they have a nice pair of pecs. Yeah, very muscular. You know the statue of David by Michelangelo, like sort of like that, but not too muscular. But just they have a very manly, very masculine form, but not too exaggerated, not bulky. Yeah. And, when it comes to action, yeah, they can perform very well because they're very light, you know. So if it's when it comes to activities involving um, activities of a sexual nature, they could definitely perform very well. Yeah. So there. That's the torso of your soulmate. And then for the legs of your soulmate, it's King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic, focus, 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 communicate with vision and be a leader, advice from someone creative. And then prostitute, light attribute, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self empowerment. Yeah, I think that your soulmate has a very. They have very shapely legs. Yeah, they have very shapely legs. If your soulmate has anything, of course, their torso, as I've mentioned earlier, is very slender, hourglass, very sexy. But if there's a part of their body that has some good shape to it, that has meat on it, because as I mentioned earlier, the upper limbs of your soulmate is rather, it's not that bulky but still shapely. But if there's a particular part of the body of your soulmate that calls attention, because it's very shapely, that has muscles, it is their legs. Yeah. They have a very toned, nice pair of legs. Yeah, the if they're like a masculine, they would have like a soccer player's body. Yeah. If you notice, like David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo, they have they of course the entirety of their body is fit, but if you will notice, it is their legs that would stand out as being muscular. Yeah, same as if your soulmate is a feminine, then they would have like the ideal body in Brazil, um, or like the like to an extreme extent, like the Kardashian um, shape, wherein They have a very shapely pair of legs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so your, yeah, if they remind me of, funkeras in Brazil, the girls there who who sings and dances, and then does uh like a funkera type of dance wherein they would shake their bottoms, yeah, to the tune of the funkera music. Yeah, it's because they are celebrating their legs, the strength of their legs and their bums. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's the shape of the body, the shape of your soulmate's body. Basically, fit, slender on the top, but on the bottom part, very muscular, very shapely, um, lower limbs. Yeah. And they perform very well in bed. So I guess that's something to look forward to. But in any case, your soulmate is definitely a beauty. Okay, so group number one, kudos to that. Um, so this is your Unicorn Stylist now signing off. Goodbye. And before I say goodbye, watch out for part four, wherein we will delve deep into your soulmate style, because at the end of the day, this is still a tarot slash style channel. Okay, bye, my stylish unicorns. Hello there, group number two. So if you chose the Be My Valentine postcard, you're on the right pile. Okay, so just a reminder, I forgot to mention this during the introductory part of this video. This is a timeless reading, so if you feel drawn to this video at any point in time in the future, just please do revisit again, or go through the entire process of identifying your soulmate again, starting from part one and part two. Yeah, part one and part two, you'll complete the head of your soulmate, and then part three, the body, and then part four, the style of your soulmate. Okay, so let's now identify your soulmate through his, her, or their body. Okay, so I have in here on the left side the arms of your soulmate, on the middle, the torso of your soulmate, and on the rightmost side, the legs of your soulmate. Okay, so having here for the arms of your soulmate, 8 of air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Liberator, light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Shadow attributes, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay, so I think your soulmate, that during the time that you will meet your soulmate, you'll be able to identify him, her, or they through their arms, uh, by noticing that their arms, um, that they are currently working on their arms, basically. So from a personal standpoint of your soulmate, he, she, or they are not happy with how their arms look. Yeah, so they are currently working on their arms. Yeah, but the nice thing about this is, they have the Liberator card. So they are actually freeing themselves from the feeling of being trapped as seen on the eight of air. So maybe they're not happy with their body, but during the time that they will see you, they are actually um, starting to work out, you know. Yeah, they're starting to work out, which is nice. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. Okay, so moving on to the torso of your soulmate, having here 10 of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. And then femme fatale, light attributes, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. Okay, I think that, so as I mentioned earlier, that time that you're meeting your soulmate, you identify him, her, or they, because they have just started, working out. And of course, when you're not happy with how your body is at the moment, you have every right to make it better health wise. Yeah. But because of 10 of Earth and Femme Fatale, okay, we're now moving outside of the body and into the general life of your soulmate. He, she, or they are actually very financially secured. Yeah, so I think that your soulmate has always focused on working, making money, that they have the tendency to forego exercising. Yeah, but they came to a point in their life wherein they have already achieved financial security, or the level of financial success wherein they are already comfortable to devoting more time to self-improvement and focusing on their health, which is good, because they've already realized that you know money is not everything. But of course, they will only realize that after they have already made money. So, yeah, I guess your soulmate is rich. And with the femme fatale energy, um, the um parts that matter when it comes to to sexual activities, they are very much gifted. Yeah, so if your soulmate is a feminine, um he, she, or they would have a very shapely body. They have a nice pair of breasts, and you know they have shapely hips. Yeah, very feminine hips, and yeah, and they have a really nice bum. Yeah, yeah, and if your soulmate is masculine, he, she, or they would have a very big package. Yeah, so they might be working hard on their body, but certain things that um, matter when it comes to sexual activities, they do not need to work out or to make improvements on those areas because they are already well endowed. Okay, so yeah, plus they have they have financial security, and I think that aside from the financial security aspect, the important thing about your soulmate is that he, she, or they have already realized the importance of things that are outside of the material realm, like taking care of their health, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. And the legs of your soulmate, okay, Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, the temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry, and scribe, light attribute, preserving knowledge and information, shadow attribute, altering facts, or plagiarizing others' work. So I think this just comes with the Liberator and the Eight of Air, on your soulmate's upper limbs. So same as their upper limbs, their lower limbs, so their legs, are still under construction. Meaning, they came from a place wherein they've forgone exercising in favor of focusing on their work, making money in their business, or studies. And they've just entered into the phase in their life wherein they would want to become healthy. They started exercising. But the nice thing in here is that, even though their body still needs, work when it comes, so that their body would become healthier, if you may. The nice thing in here is that seeds are well planted, as seen on the Seven of Earth, a temporary pause and unnecessary worry. So there's no need to worry. Seeds are already well planted. They're on their way to health, to a healthier them. Yeah. So, group number 2, kudos to you for having a soulmate who's already, enlightened on of the fact that, money isn't everything, success isn't everything. At the end of the day, it's about your health and you know, and realizing when your soulmate is in front of you. So I wouldn't be surprised if by the time that you met him, her, or they would actually, recognize you as their soulmate as well. Yeah. So kudos, group number 2. Thank you very much, pile number 2. I hope you'll be able to catch. You definitely need to catch part 4, wherein we will identify your soulmate through his, her, or their style. Okay, so part 1 and part 2, we have already had the head. For part 3, for this video, we have already identified the body, and let's clothe the body with that particular sense of style in part 4. So, my stylish unicorn, this is your Unicorn Stylist, reading tarot cards, signing off. Bye. See you. Welcome, group number 3, pile number 3, to your reading. So, just something that I forgot to mention during the introduction. This video is a timeless video, so if you feel drawn to it at any point in time in the future, feel free to return. And also, I would suggest that if you're drawn to this video, start again in part 1 and then move on to part 2 to part 4, which will be the next videos. Because, I am a believer that we all have soulmates on different seasons in our lives, and it's just a matter of identifying them. Yeah. So part 1, we'll start part 1 and part 2 with deals with the head of your soulmate. Part 3 deals. This video deals with the body of your soulmate, and upcoming part 4, we will deal with the style of your soulmate. Okay, so let's move on to your reading. So I have in here the 3 cards, which represents the body of your soulmate. So on the left side, we have in here the arms of your soulmate. In the middle, we have here the torso of your soulmate. And on the right side, we have the legs of your soulmate. Okay, so yeah, so pile number three, start. Okay, so for the arms of your soulmate, we have the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, the Midas touch. Prostitute. Light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self empowerment. Okay, so yeah, I think the arms of your soulmate is whether masculine or feminine, it is the ideal form of arms. Yeah. So if your soulmate is a feminine, he, she, or they would tend to have, nicely shaped arms, but still has like that soft quality to it, you know. Yeah. And then if your soulmate is a masculine, they have big, sturdy arms. Yeah. Very, very confident, very strong, you know. Yeah, they have a very nice set of arms. Yeah, I think your soulmate has a really, really, really nice body. Like the ideal body of your partner, your soulmate has it. Yeah. Plus, um, I think moving outside of the body of your soulmate, you know, using the arms as a starting point, anything, your soulmate is successful on things that deals with their arms. Yeah, or with their hands. So if your soulmate is a sculptor, or maybe like a surgeon, or someone who writes or draws, or an artist, anything to do with hands, or a gardener, or like a farmer, just anything that's got to do with hands, your soulmate is a success is a yeah is a successful person when it comes to anything that has to do with their hands. Yeah. The fact that your soulmate has the King of Earth on it, you know, they've actually achieved their goals when it comes to their arms. And prostitute. Prostitute cards connotes that your soulmate looks attractive. Yeah. The arms of your soulmate is very attractive. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. The torso of your soulmate. Okay, so we have in here the Ace of Earth. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. And then the Alchemist. Light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Shadow attribute, misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Yeah, I think your soulmate has a very nice torso. Yeah. But, it's like, um, but nevertheless, as I've mentioned earlier, their arms really stand out. Especially if your soulmate is a masculine. They have really big arms. Yeah. But when it comes to their torso, it still looks nice. It is still very much, shapely. If your soulmate is feminine, has a very womanly form to it. And then if your soulmate is a masculine, they have abs and really nice specs. But they still feel that it's still a work in progress. So maybe, it's not necessarily an 8 pack, maybe it's a 4 pack. A 4 pack or maybe a 6 pack going to an 8. Yeah, yeah, not necessarily. It's just a matter of your soulmate personally still feels that they can further improve their torso. Yeah, nothing wrong with self improvement. I think the important thing about your soulmate is that they basically already have worked on their body, and you know it's like an ongoing self improvement thing. They already achieved like a healthier body. It's just a matter of maintaining it and you know maybe um, improving it more. Okay, so moving on to the legs of your soulmate. We have in here 6 of fire. Victory, good news is on the way, public recognition or rewards. And then we have your father. Light attributes, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow attributes, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Okay, so I think your soulmate's body, your soulmate's legs is strong. It mirrors the strength in their arms. Yeah, but the strength of their legs is, yeah, enough. They can stand. Yeah, and they basically can stand on their own 2 feet. I mean, moving beyond their body. They can stand on their own. They are strong like that. Yeah, and that translates uh to their lower limbs, to their legs. you know they have very 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 much strong legs, just like their arms. Yeah, so in totality, I think your soulmate has a very strong and athletic build, whether a masculine or feminine. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like an athlete, or well, whether they do it as a matter of hobby or as a matter of um, a profession. But it's just that they have a very a strong body. It could translate to having like a lighter build or a medium build or a bigger, bulkier build. But the fact of the matter is their body is strong, it is well exercised, and um, basically are they still consider exercise and getting healthy as like a continuous like sort of path that they should take, in order to maintain good health and also improve it. Yeah, because there's always room for improvement. Yeah, the important thing is that you're doing what you would want to do. And yeah, basically having the idea that we all have autonomy over our bodies. And it just so happens that it's your soulmate's uh, motivation, or or priority is health. Yeah, and that healthy body translates to their physical body. So kudos to you for having a soulmate that's healthy. Yeah, so maybe you could get some tips from them, or if you yourself are a health nut, then you've found yourself a partner on further improving your body. Yeah, so group number 3, kudos to you. So watch out for part 4, wherein we will dress up your soulmate, get to know their style. Okay, so this is your Unicorn Stylist. Now signing off. Goodbye.